Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another piano tutorial. Today I've got a brand new Christmas song for you. This is going to be Kissin' in the Cold by JP Saxe and Julia Michaels. This is actually a pretty simple song to play on the piano. There's one main chord progression that gets played pretty much through the whole song and then just a few other parts you need to learn. Also, you probably noticed that I decorated for Christmas. Cedar, maybe? Except I have no lights yet, so it kind of looks like I'm going for a jungle theme. Nevertheless, we will push on with our holiday music. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Remember to give it a like if you're enjoying it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. We are on the road to 1K, 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to help me get there, hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's get started. So in this tutorial, we'll be spending most of our time looking at the main chord progression, which takes place in the verse and the chorus, but we'll also spend a little time on the intro and the pre-chorus as well. Alright, so let's go over that main chord progression now. We'll start out here with a C major chord. C and G in the left hand, C and E in the right hand. Then we move down to a G chord over a B. B and G in the left hand, B and D here in the right hand. Move down again, now to our A minor chord. A and E in the left hand, A and C here in the right hand. Then we'll just drop the A's to G's, so now we have G and E in the left hand, G and C in the right hand. That's a C chord over a G. Our next chord is F. We'll play F, C in the left hand, F, A, C in the right hand. Here we have a C chord again, but over an E this time, so E and C in the left hand, E, G, and C here in the right hand. Now we get to a D minor 7 chord, so D, A, and D in the left hand, F and A here in the right hand, and then we'll add this C, which is our 7th in our D minor chord. Here's our 1, 3, 5, and 7. So that's our D minor chord, and lastly, we'll end on this chord, a G7 chord. G, D, F in the left hand, G and B in the right hand. All right, one more time through those chords now. C, G over B, A minor, C over G, F, C over E, D minor 7, and G7. And yeah, that is the main chord progression for this song, and that gets repeated for the entire verse and for the chorus as well. Alright, now let's talk about how we're going to play that chord progression in the different sections of the song. So the way I just showed you was pretty much how it's going to be played in the chorus. Each chord is really only played once. Like that. However, in the verse, first of all, it gets played down here usually, a lower octave. Something like this, and then you'll also hear that we're playing every single quarter note, so instead of just playing half notes like before, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll be playing now on every beat. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And for the most part, you're just going to be repeating that top note on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, go back and watch my song preview if you want to see kind of how I tried to match the original song. Alright, so now just a couple other things on this chord progression. Sometimes we start this chord progression, but then it gets ended a little bit differently. The first time this happens is at the end of the chorus, or you could also call this the post-chorus, and that's just where they're singing the "Kissin' in the snow," whoa, that part. So it starts off exactly the same. F chord still, C over E chord here as before, but then instead of going now to our D minor 7, we're going to go up to a G in the left hand, and in the right hand we're going to play F, A, C, and E. So this is like an F major 7 over a G chord. And then we'll resolve to this G chord. So now that chord progression will go C, G over B, A minor, C over G, F, C over E, but now F major 7 over G, and then G. So that's like how we end the chorus. One other way that this chord progression gets altered in the song is that in the second verse of the song, the one that JP Saxe is singing, it'll be exactly the same chords all the way through. And then after the D minor, we'll expect to hear the G7 again, but instead we're going to go to this chord, an F minor 6. So that's going to be F, A flat, C, and D. And you can play the F in the bass as well. So like that end of the chord progression. Sounds like that. You'll hear that in the second verse. All right, that does it for the verse and the chorus of the song. So now let's take a look at the pre-chorus. That pre-chorus is going to sound like this. All right, so those chords, we're just going to start off with an F chord, F A or C in the left hand, F A C here in the right hand, and you can play like, and then go back and forth between this C and this C. And now we go to this chord, which is kind of just like the F minor 6 that we played before. But we're actually going to have this D as the lowest note. Or you could play this F below here as well. So we go from the F to the F minor 6 like this. So here I'm playing D, F, A flat, C, and D. And then we go on to this chord, an E minor chord. That just gets played once. That's E, B in the left hand, E, G, B in the right hand. Now our E7 chord, this is has the major third now, so in our E7 chord, like this, we have our E, the G sharp is our major third, and then we have B and D, but these get played down here like this. So we have G sharp, D, E, G sharp, B, D in this voicing. And then that brings us to our A minor chord. So E minor, E7, and then A minor. All right, so the last section that I'm going to go over today is just going to be the intro, and the intro is pretty easy. So there's just two chords that are going to be used here, a D minor and a G, but I'm just going to show you exactly what notes are going to be played anyways. So in the right hand, we're going to start out with here, our pinky on our F, and we're going to go F, E, F, and on this second F, we're going to play F, E, F, and we'll play this D in the left hand. So we'll have, and then we go G, C, D, E, and when we play this E, we're going to play this G in the left hand. And then we'll go E, D, C, B, and then C is our melody note as we start our first verse. So that intro slowly. All right, that's all the sections I'm going to go over. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about any of those sections. I'd be happy to answer those. All right, that is the end of today's piano tutorial of Kissin' in the Cold by JP Saxe and Julia Michaels. Be sure to leave a comment down below of what other songs you want to hear on this channel, and remember to give this video a like if you got some value out of it, and subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next video. Happy holidays! Smells like Christmas.